Hey guys, so in the last lesson we talked about the eye and all the different structures of the eye and how they function. Today we're going to briefly look at some of the different possible vision defects when certain structures of the eye aren't functioning properly. In this lesson on vision defects, we're going to go over what vision acuity is, and then we're also going to look at things that cause nearsightedness, farsightedness, astigmatism, glaucoma, and cataracts. So visual acuity is just how clear your vision is. Myopia, hyperopia, and astigmatism are all vision defects that result in low visual acuity, so your vision's not very clear. Nearsightedness is the more common term for myopia. It occurs when your eyeball is too long, so too far back this way. And what happens is instead of your lens focusing the light on your fovea centralis, it actually focuses the light towards the back of your vitreous humor, so not even on the retina. And so people with nearsightedness will be able to see objects that are up close, like if you're reading a book or something, but will have trouble focusing on objects like in the distance. So this can be corrected with corrective glasses that have a concave lens, which will essentially cause the light to bend so that it focuses further back in your eye, actually on your retina. Farsightedness is also called hyperopia. It's essentially the opposite of nearsightedness. This is when the eyeball is too short, and the image is actually most focused behind the eyeball. And so when it actually hits the retina, which is where the image is interpreted, or not really interpreted, but where it's stimulates the impulse to be interpreted, it's not focused. It hasn't like reached the pinnacle of focus yet. It's still like on its way to focusing when it hits that retina. So people with farsightedness can see things perfectly fine far away, but will have trouble focusing on things up close. This can be corrected with convex lenses, which will cause the image to focus further forward in the eyeball. And it is more common in older people just because as you age, the lens loses some of its elasticity, so its ability to like change shape. Astigmatism occurs when the surface of the lens or the surface of the cornea isn't a nice, smooth, symmetrical curve. And so the light ends up bending off center. It doesn't hit the fovea centralis, it's going to hit a different part of the retina. And so you'll end up with one part of your field of vision in focus, whichever part of your field of vision is going to be hitting that part of your retina, but the rest of your field of vision will be out of focus. Glaucoma is essentially when the retina is damaged because you have excessive buildup of pressure in your eye. Usually excess fluids in your eye are just going to be drained out of like your tear ducts. But if those tear ducts get blocked up, then you can have like a buildup of cells there, which then causes a buildup of fluid. And that increased pressure inside the eyeball can eventually lead to the cells of the retina dying, and that leads to a loss of vision. A cataract is when the lens becomes cloudy. And by the way, this is lens without the B, not lens. The lens becomes cloudy, preventing light from passing through it to the retina. Also common in older people, just because as people age, the proteins in the lens can kind of denature, which causes them to change shape and no longer be nice and clear. Surgery can be used to replace the cataract with an artificial lens. And that is it for vision defects.